Fixed accounts, pretty self-explanatory, is where principal's guaranteed. Savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, CDs, certain type fixed annuities, government bonds, all these different things. And right now, of course, are you guaranteed a fair return? If you have money with a bank and a savings account, how fair is that return right now? You're actually paying them to hold your money. I actually have a gentleman who had a small IRA with an account. He made $18 in interest, but had a $25 service charge for them to handle the IRA. He was a happy man. Then, of course, no fees is important. The one thing with right now, you know you have to have liquid money, so you have to have it somewhere. If you're comfortable on the computer, once again, there are cyber banks, still FDIC insured up to $250,000. You have ING Orange Direct, HSBC, Capital One, American Express. They're all going to pay a higher rate of return than the brick and mortar banks. Still not real high, but they're at least around the 1% level instead of the 0.0000 whatever the banks are paying. So if you can look into that, that's something to look into. You don't have to open a checking account with them, but it's going to give you a higher rate of return. Then, of course, bank certificates or CDs. Once again, my theory on CDs are they're very good for short-term laddering money, and all I mean by that is if you know you're going to buy a car next year and you want to set $35,000 aside, let's just use that as a figure, then you can put it in a 9-month or 13-month or 12-month CD that's going to give you a little bit higher rate of return than leaving it in the money market. That's a good use for a CD. What a CD is not good for is creating income or long-term savings. And what I mean by that is a lot of people were using CDs 3 and 4 years ago to create income. They put $100,000 in a CD paying 5%, and that would generate $400 plus a month. They got used to that income coming in, but what happened when that CD renewed? Their income, of course, went down 50%, 75%, and now they were between a rock and a hard place of where do we make up that difference. Same thing with long-term savings. When you put money into a CD, of course, any of the interest earned on it is going to be taxable. So for savings-wise, also potentially not a good vehicle for someone in a higher tax bracket. Then you have fixed annuities. And the type I'm going to talk about right now would be a CD type annuity, where it's a guaranteed rate of return for a period of time. And once again, they run from anywhere from 1 year all the way to 10 years, so they have longer lengths in them. So if you're going to use them for income, you'd want to use a longer term vehicle knowing that you're locking in at a rate that you understand you're going to get for a long period of time. But even right now with annuities, the fixed rates aren't great, but you're looking at 2% for 2 years. You can get 3.3% for 5 years, and if you want to go out as long as 10 years, you can get about 4.25% for 10 years. So not great rates, better than banks, but once again, you understand where it's coming from and what you're getting.